Age is not the enemy. The 5 morning habits that keep me thriving at 94. 1. The morning foundation of longevity. What if growing older didn't have to mean growing weaker? What if your mornings held the secret to unlocking a version of you that defies every stereotype about aging? Hi, I'm here to tell you something that may completely reframe your beliefs about getting older. Because at 94, I'm living proof that age doesn't have to come with prescriptions, aches, or decline in dignity. I live alone, care for myself, and have medical results that shock my doctors, all thanks to 5 simple morning rituals I practice religiously for decades. Let's start with one habit that might seem too small to matter, yet it's the foundation of everything. Strategic morning hydration. Most people don't realize this, but while you sleep, your body loses nearly a liter of water. It's a silent process through breath and sweat. And yet, when morning comes, most folks grab a cup of coffee, tea, or juice. What they don't know is that those drinks actually dehydrate you further. Imagine beginning your day with your body in a drought. That's exactly what happens. When you wake up dehydrated, every system in your body operates at a disadvantage. Your brain slows down, your joints feel stiff, and your digestion stalls. But it doesn't have to be that way. A simple, powerful shift can change everything. Each night before bed, I prepare a 16-ounce glass of room temperature water with just a pinch of natural salt. It sits by my bedside, and I drink it the moment I open my eyes. Why room temperature? Because your body absorbs it faster. Why the salt? Because it helps your cells actually retain and use the water. This isn't hydration. It's cellular activation. I've followed this practice every single day since I was 75. Within days of starting, my energy improved. My mind cleared. My knees stopped aching in the mornings. Within weeks, I felt 10 years younger, and science supports it. Mild dehydration in older adults can reduce brain function by over 25% and increase inflammation by nearly a third. That's not minor. That's the difference between clear thinking and mental fog. Still not convinced? Let me tell you about Eleanor. At 82, she suffered from constant headaches, dizziness, and low energy. Her doctor prescribed everything under the sun. Nothing worked until she started hydrating strategically each morning. Within a month, the headaches were gone. She smiled more. She had the energy to dance with her grandkids again. So here's my question to you. What's stopping you from making this one tiny change? It takes less than 30 seconds and costs almost nothing. Yet it could be the single most powerful way to begin reclaiming your health and vitality. Your body is calling out for water the moment you wake up. Will you answer it? This is just the beginning. In the next part of this series, I'll share another surprising morning habit that most people, even health enthusiasts, completely overlook. It takes just a few minutes, yet it resets your entire biological clock. Your future isn't written yet, but how you start your mornings can change the story completely. Stay with me. Your next sunrise could be the start of your best years yet. 2. Resetting your body's clock with morning light. Let's talk about something we often take for granted. Light. Not artificial light, not your phone screen, but pure, natural morning sunlight. It's not just a mood booster. It's a biological reset button. And if you're skipping it, you're missing one of the most powerful opportunities for better sleep, stronger immunity, and brighter mental health. Here's what's wild. Just 10 to 15 minutes of early morning sunlight can reset your entire circadian rhythm. The internal clock that controls everything from your hormones and digestion to your energy levels and emotional resilience. Stanford research shows that this short window after waking is when your brain is most responsive to sunlight. Special receptors in your eyes called melanopsin send signals to your brain's master clock, telling it, it's morning, time to wake up. This cascade of messages impacts more than just your sleep. It influences your metabolism, your immune function, and even your cognitive sharpness. But most people miss this. They stay inside, pull the blinds, sip their coffee under kitchen lights, and wonder why they feel groggy all day. If you're relying on artificial lighting, you're operating at half power. I used to be like that too. I exercised, I ate well, but I was still struggling to fall asleep at night until I began my simple sunlight routine. Now, Within 30 minutes of waking, I go outside. Even on cloudy days, the natural light exposure is potent. I spend 10 to 15 minutes outside. No sunglasses, no glass barrier, just raw daylight. And my body thanks me for it every day. Think of it like charging your biological battery. You wouldn't skip charging your phone. Why skip charging your body? Let me tell you about Robert, a friend of mine in his late 70s. He walked every afternoon, thought he was doing all the right things, but his sleep was awful and his energy was worse. The only change he made? Shifting his walk to morning. Within 2 weeks, he was sleeping through the night and waking up refreshed, no pills required. If you live somewhere with limited winter sunlight, consider a medically approved light therapy box. It's not a gimmick, it's science. But when you can always choose nature, because nothing beats what the sun can do for your biology. So tomorrow morning, resist the urge to check your phone first thing. Instead, step outside. Breathe in the morning air. Let the sunlight touch your eyes and skin. It's not just light, it's life. In our next segment, I'll introduce a powerful 4-minute habit that boosts your brain function and guards against cognitive decline, and 92% of seniors have never even heard of it. Let the light in. Your best mornings are just beginning. 3. 4 minutes to a sharper mind morning brain activation. What if I told you that every morning, your brain is either building new connections or losing them? In fact, within the first hour of waking up, adults over 60 can lose up to 30,000 neural connections if they don't take action. But here's the good news. It only takes 4 minutes to flip that switch in your favor. I call it the 4-minute morning brain primer, and it's been one of the most transformative habits of my later years. Why 4 minutes? Because studies from Harvard and the National Institute on Aging have shown that this is a critical window when the brain is most plastic, most ready to grow. Your brain chemistry is surging with something called BDNF, brain-derived neurotrophic factor, which is like fertilizer for your brain cells. But without a spark, that growth potential withers. So what do I do in those 4 minutes? It's simple. I run through a brain-boosting circuit that includes a quick math problem to spark logical thinking, a memory recall like describing a favorite vacation in detail, learning 4 new words and their meanings, visualizing my day ahead, mentally rehearsing what I'll do and how I'll feel. This routine activates multiple regions of your brain simultaneously. It's like flipping on the lights in a house instead of lighting one candle. And the results? Remarkable. Take Margaret. She's 86, recovering from hip surgery. Physically limited, yes, but mentally sharper than ever. Why? Because she practiced this brain primer every morning. While her body rested, her mind stayed engaged and even improved. Brain fog, forgetfulness, slow thinking. These aren't inevitable. They're symptoms of a neglected mind. You wouldn't go a day without stretching your legs. Why skip stretching your mind? Prepare your tools the night before. Jot down a simple math problem, a memory prompt, a few vocabulary words, and your daily intentions. Keep it near your bedside or breakfast table. Make it as routine as brushing your teeth. You'll be amazed at how your confidence grows, how your conversations become sharper, and how your days feel more in control. Don't let another morning pass with your brain on autopilot. You deserve the mental clarity and sharpness to live fully at any age. In the next episode, we'll turn to movement, not workouts, but gentle, joint-safe motion sequences designed specifically for aging bodies. Because how you move in the morning determines how freely you move through life. Your mind matters. Let's wake it up together for gentle mobility, movement that heals, not harms. Fluid. Muscles tighten overnight. That's why so many seniors wake up stiff, sore, or even dizzy. And it's also why outdated exercise advice, like deep forward bend now that your body is hydrated, your brain is primed, and your internal clock is aligned. There's one more morning pillar that can transform how you feel throughout the entire day. Intentional morning movement. But not just any movement. I'm not talking about high-impact exercise or aggressive stretches. I'm talking about a carefully crafted mobility sequence, one that respects the aging body, supports your joints, and reduces pain while improving strength and coordination. You see, After age 70, your connective tissues change. Collagen becomes stiffer. Joints lose zest or toe touches. Can do more harm than good. Instead, I follow what I call the inside-out mobility sequence, a 7-minute series of gentle movements that wake up your body safely, from the core outward. Here's how it goes. Start with shoulder circles, seated or standing. Gently roll your shoulders forward and back, gradually increasing the range. This boosts blood flow to your upper spine and releases neck tension. Next, seated marching. Sit in a chair and lift each knee as if you're walking. Do this for 1 minute to engage your hips, core, and lower back. It's low impact but energizing. Then move to doorway chest expansions. Stand in a doorway, hands on the frame, and lean forward gently. This opens your chest and corrects the hunch posture many of us develop with age. Fourth, try supported squats. Hold on to a counter or a stable chair and gently bend your knees. Even a small bend activates the big leg muscles that help you move confidently throughout the day. Finally, finish with ankle circles, seated, one leg at a time. Rotate the ankles slowly, both directions. It might seem small, but it helps prevent falls, one of the greatest risks to independence in later years. This isn't just theory. It's real. Thomas, 85, had been stretching like he did in his 50s and was relying more and more on a walker. When he switched to the sequence, within 3 weeks, he ditched the walker and started walking unaided. That's not luck. That's physiology meeting wisdom. The key is consistency. You don't need fancy equipment. Just a chair, a wall, a bit of space, and your own intention to care for your body. So tomorrow morning before breakfast, move with purpose. Not fast, not hard, but smart. Treat your body like it matters, because it does. In our final episode of this series, we'll talk about the meal that can either build or break your strength after 60, and the timing that makes all the difference. You've moved your body today. Now, let's nourish it right. See you next time. 5. Protein timing, the forgotten key to strength over 60. You've hydrated. You've activated your brain. You've moved with care. Now comes a final, critical piece of your morning wellness puzzle. Protein timing. This might surprise you. What you eat for breakfast and when can either help you preserve your muscle mass or silently accelerate its loss. And after age 60, this decision becomes even more important. Here's the truth. As we age, our bodies become less efficient at using protein to maintain muscle. It's a condition known as anabolic resistance. That means, even if you're eating enough protein overall, you might not be getting it at the right time for your body to actually use it. The most effective window? Within 30 minutes after your morning movement routine. This is when your muscles are primed to absorb amino acids and rebuild stronger. I've followed this protocol since my mid-80s. Every morning, right after my mobility session, I consume around 30 grams of high-quality protein. My go-to options? A protein smoothie with Greek yogurt, collagen, and plant protein, or 2 eggs with cottage cheese and a handful of greens. Nothing fancy, just powerful, purposeful fuel. This timing matters. Research from Tufts University shows that seniors who prioritize protein in the morning experience significantly less muscle loss than those who eat the same amount spread out across the day. Or worse, save it for dinner. Let me tell you about Barbara. At 91, she felt like she was shrinking, physically and emotionally. She ate well, but her breakfast? Toast and fruit. When she shifted to a protein-rich morning meal, everything changed. She gained energy. Her legs felt stronger. Her confidence soared. So why does this happen? Because in the morning, your insulin levels are lower. Your muscles are more sensitive to protein signals, and your digestive system is primed to absorb nutrients efficiently. Think of it as feeding the builders before construction begins. If you wait until the afternoon or evening, the work site is already shutting down. If you're just starting out, keep it simple. 1 scoop of quality protein powder in almond milk, a few boiled eggs, or a container of unsweetened Greek yogurt. Avoid sugary cereals, white bread, and fruit juices. They spike blood sugar, then crash your energy while providing little support to your muscles. Every bite you take is either building strength or letting it fade. Choose wisely. Tomorrow morning, ask yourself this. What am I doing to preserve the muscle that lets me walk, lift, carry, and live independently? Your plate holds more than food. It holds your freedom. Thank you for joining me through this 5-part journey. These simple habits, done daily with care and intention, are my secret to thriving at 94. Your journey is just beginning. Age is not the enemy. Inactivity is. Choose movement. Choose nourishment. Choose vitality. See you in the next sunrise.